Welcome back to my YouTube channel Baby Step Tutorials. Today we are going to start with the ABM CIB ABM first module A, right, which is economic analysis, and we are going to start with the unit 1 of this module A. Now, what is economics, right? We have given a definition here that economics is studies of human behavior, that how his relationship between ends and scars means which have alternative uses. Now what does it says that when we it is a science which we analysis in which we analysis human behavior, that how he is going to use the resources which we have. Now here one point you have to know that the resources which we have in number of values, right? We don't have sufficient funds to satisfy all the human needs or all the human wants. We have particular limited resources, and but here it is said that we may have some alternative resources, right? For some resources we have alternative resources, so it is the human choice that he wants the same resource, no, he can go to the other alternative resources. What does it tells us? The science with which we analyze human behavior, what does it tells? It tells us how many resources we have. Now reality tells us the reality of scarcity that I have pointed out here, that it tells us that the sufficient funds we have. What is the reality of it? Now we know the reality, we can't ignore it. Then we have to point out that how we are going to organize those resources, that the organization which oversees this, how we are going to allocate, or how we are going to use these resources that it can satisfy most of the human needs. That it is the obvious that it cannot satisfy all human needs. So the point is how many. So we want to satisfy as much as we can, right? Means we have to efficiently use those resources. I have pointed out this also. Now we are going to oversee the definition provided by different economists, right? So Adam Smith, first definition is Adam Smith, who is the father of modern economy. Now let's say what does he say. Now his definition is known as wealth definition. Why? Because he says that how wealth is produced and consumed. He acknowledge economics as a point of wealth, that how much we can produce and how we are going to consume it. So it can tells us that the particular resources, if we have more wealth we can use more resources, if we have less wealth we have less resources, and how we gain those wealth, what we produce, what resources we make, so that other people use those resources, that we earn the money, right? So his definition is known as wealth definition, and in his definition he gives more importance to wealth than to compare to man's welfare, right? Now the two question may or may not be arises from this topic, that whose definition is known as wealth definition, and who gives wealth definition, who gives the wealth definition, right? Those type of questions may or may not be. We cannot say what type of questions going to come from this chapter, right? Now second definition is given by Professor Alfred Marshall's definition. What does he says? Now Adam Smith's definition he viewed it as a wealth definition, but here Alfred Marshall viewed economics as human welfare. Okay, he said that any commodity he going to use, or any resource he going to use, he wants to satisfy his need, he wants to use it for himself. So he said that the person who going to use it is going to use it for himself's welfare, right? So his definition is known as welfare definition. So same question arises from this topic also, whose definition is known as welfare definition, and who gives the welfare definition, right? Now third is Leon Robbins definition. His definition is the same as one we studied in the previous point, that science which studies human behavior as a relationship between end and scarcity. So no need to again revise it here, right? I have explained it very goodly in previous point. Now known as the scarcity definition, that is the one point that we have to know about it, that the Leon Robbins definition is known as scarcity definition, right? So he in book author break this definition in 4 points. One is man has unlimited wants, right? I have already told you that human have so limited wants. One needs satisfied, then he wants another thing, right? So what first point is that he has unlimited wants we have here. Now the wants are unlimited, but the resources which we have are limited, and for if we want to satisfy those needs of human, we have to use same resources which are limited, right? Now here it says that limited is resources, but we have alternative uses for them also, or we have alternative resources for them. Okay. Next point is man has to make a choice. Now what does this all 4 points says? That unlimited wants we have here, but we have limited resources, but for those limited resources we have some alternative resources. Now man has to make choice that he wants to use them or the alternative resources, or how much money he earns, or it all depends on that, right? Next topic, that is not the more important topic that I am going to explain to you more and more. That is just that these points you have to remember. Now microeconomics is founder of, who is the founder of microeconomics? Adam Smith. Now microeconomics is concerned with the individual consumer, right? Right, he says individual entities, means microeconomics only says about the individual entities of firms, like firms, market, households, who told us that particular individual firms, families, how much they earned, produced, or how much they consumed. That is only the microeconomics, right? Now the macroeconomics founder is John Maynard Keynes. Macroeconomics tells us about national economy, right? Overall boundary of the particular country, regional economy, whole concerned with the overall performance of the economy in a particular country. Keynes, what does Keynes provides? It provides the causes of business cycle analysis. He provided analysis of causes of business cycle, and that will tell us the performance of an economy in particular boundary, geographical boundary, right? And how much they are going to performing. What is that? We have indices for that. There are so many indices which is different organization produced, so we know where our country stand in a particular indices, right? Now the 3 problems of an economic organization, we can say that is the 3 problems or 3 questions that have arisen in the people mind when we are going to organize it, when we entered as an organization in market. So those fundamental questions are what, how, and whom, right? The first question is what. So here we have to answer the question that what we are going to produce and in what quantities. We have to know that, right? If we want to enter in the market, we have to know that what we want to produce to enter in the market, and how much we produced in the first batch or the second batch, right? Now how we know that we want to produce that and how much quantity, but now we have to know the process, right? How we are going to manufacture it, how, or we are providing service, how we are going to provide those services, right? Next is for whom. Now we know what is produced, now we know how we produced, we already produced it. Now who we are going to distribute it, or for whom we are making it. We have to know the market of that particular product, right? We have to know that if we make that product, who is the potential customers we have to provide those products, right? So if we know the answer of these 3 questions, then we are ready to go to in the market. If we do not know that, then it is we have to well prepared for those questions, then we need to enter the market, otherwise we are going to make a very good loss in the market. Now the 3 main topics that from which the questions arises most of the time, which is market economy. Now market economy is what? Market economy is also known as capitalistic economy. One question arises, what is the second name of market economy? Or capitalist economy is also called, right? In the market economy, it is tell us the individual private firms make the most major decisions. Means what we are saying is here, then if any country have the market economy, then the most promising decisions or most important decisions are made by the private firms, individuals. Means government have none type of interference in those decisions. Example is United Kingdom. Now there is a main important topic in this market economy, which is laissez-faire economy. Laissez-faire economy is what? When we have extreme case of market economy, means we don't have any type of interference with the government, and only private firms are making decision, means government is just like that, government is not exist in those countries. So that is the extreme case of laissez-faire economy in the market economy, right? Now next topic is socialistic economy. Socialistic economy is what? Socialistic economy is that is known as command economy. Okay, here it is known as socialistic economy is known as command economy, and here government make all the decisions and the firms and private firms have very less type of authority in it. Only government is going to make all the decisions. Now the mixed economy, India have the mixed economy, right? Here private, public, joint ventures all exist all together and complement each other and make these decisions together. Their decisions which they make somehow dependent on each other, right? If one makes a decision, then other has to make the decision that complement each other. Otherwise there is huge complex system created in the country of that economy, right? We can say that it is a mixture of two economics. What are those two economics are? Market economy and socialistic economy, right? Now India have the mixed economy, right? So this is the last point that I have already told you, and we are finished with this chapter. If you have any concerns about or any suggestion that you want to share with me, please do that on the comment section. And if you like my video, please subscribe my channel. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.